Hello everybody, this is Bitten7 on my Bitten Gaming channel and welcome to The Power. You may recognize this if you were one of the 5 people who saw my series back in 2013, but this is a game that's been around a while and it's one that I grew up with, and I recently discovered that it's been remade in Flash with a bunch of quality of life improvements, and there's been music added and stuff. Like, this main menu here was totally silent back in 1953 or whenever this game originally came out. It's all new, and it may look exactly the same, but trust me, this is not the same game that we played on this channel 13 years ago. This is something entirely similar, but not the same thing exactly. So let's just jump right in. If you don't know anything about this game, fantastic. You are in for a fun ride. And we got an animated cutscene, whereas before it was a still image, so I'm not going to point out every little difference in this version versus the original, but just to say that right from the start, we've got something inventive. I am a treasure hunter. I've traveled the whole galaxy. I've visited places of incredible beauty. I've seen all kinds of creatures. I've gathered treasures from all my travels. My wealth is beyond measure, and just when I decided that it was time for me to settle down, it happened. I found a circle. I saw a planet, one that I'd never seen before. I just couldn't believe my eyes. That route was like a highway in space, which I had traveled many times before. It was impossible that I could have missed it every single time. There was no way I could resist this opportunity. I decided that I could settle down later after this one final expedition. Now, when you use words like that, that sets you up to die in a climactic, narratively satisfying way. As I got closer to the planet's surface, I started to feel like I was under attack, but my ship showed no signs of damage. As it was getting worse and worse, I started to fear for my life, so I decided to open the back door of my ship and let go of my treasure, hoping that it might distract my attacker. I managed to land in one piece, with my ship thankfully undamaged. Things weren't looking good, but now I had a new planet to explore and all my treasure to recover, and maybe some more to discover. So that whole opening sequence did not tell you what kind of game this is. This is like a Metroidvania. I'll go ahead and just say that right now. And it's pretty good at that. It's a pretty good one. We play as this pink/purple stick guy. I don't know who he is or what, but he does have his weapon, his prized possession. We cannot give up our firearms in times such as these. And okay, we landed in a jungle-like area, and now this jungle-like area has some teeth. Some teeth in a symbolic fashion, and that monkey just turned around at the last possible moment. But yeah, this guy, he lost all his stuff on this huge planet, or maybe it's not even that big. Maybe what we saw earlier was to scale, which means that it isn't that ambitious to say, I'm going to travel this whole planet by foot and find all my stuff. We got mines! That's our first power-up of this game out of very many. I don't know how many there's gonna be, but hey, there's a guy, there's a turret guy just sitting there. How dare you steal my... Hey, who are you? What? Who cares? You can't just come here and steal from me like that. You will pay for this, stranger. It's like turning off the TV when someone's sleeping and then they wake up in that moment to say, hey, what are you doing? I was watching that. Bro, these mines were unprotected, and the fact that I have them now is totally on you. Finders keepers, they're mine anyway. Now, this boss is a bit different in this Flash remake of this game. In the original, the boulders here that would hit the wall, they would fly off into pieces in a random direction and speed, which created some variety, and also I believe you could shoot through them. But for this boss here, you can't. So once he shoots the bullets, you can't exactly shoot him. If I explain that well, let me know in the comments down below. I want every comment to be about this one part of this video. So as you could see, it just took sitting in the same place, because those fragments of those boulders that were flying off were flying in the same direction every single time, so you could reliably sit in the same place and shoot this guy to death. You think you can get rid of me just like that, stranger? The power will bring me back, and I will get rid of you. Okay. All right, I believe you. I don't know what's the power? I don't know. Let's continue on. We got more monkeys, more... Ooh! Bro, you can't turn around like that. You're creeping me out. Ooh! We have a turret, but a smaller one this time. Bro, I beat your dad, so... You can't even step to this, I've got to say. Oop. I'm noticing a bit of a trend that they're going to stick out of the ground right where you possibly will predict them to be. All right, we got our first energy capsule improvement upgrade, which is nice. I can't remember... I don't think you could shoot through the ground in the original game, so I'm not even going to use that as a point against this remake. But yeah, we've made it to the other side of the grasslands. Not to spoil, but this game does operate in a bit of a tier-like world design. So on the tier that we're on, it's all grasslands, but if we go up... Whoa! It's so cold and I'm gonna freeze to death. Watch me freeze to death. Yeah, sorry, no. I'm not gonna freeze to death. That's crazy. Why would I do that? I'd lose all my progress. And yeah, so like how you go up and then that tier above is the snow, down here is the cave. Whoa, except we're not supposed to be here yet. Oh, I forgot to showcase the mines. Look at that. You drop the mine and explodes. And there's a sleeping frog down there. I really hope I never have to wake him up at some point in this game. Well, since we have made it over here, there is an upgrade in the top right, but we can't get up there yet. Look at that. We're barely too short to make it up there. You might be asking yourself, how much backtracking is in this game? Because Metroidvanias might have a little bit of a reputation for it. But, you know, it's not actually that bad. Ooh, look, those cracked blocks there, you can destroy them now, which means I'm no longer barred from getting that health upgrade. Yeah, there's a bit of backtracking in this game, but it's not usually that bad. And also, oh, I'm getting cornered by these guys, but they don't do all that much damage to me yet. The later guys in this game, those will do a little bit more. Another thing that I love that when video games do this in general is they show you something that you cannot obtain yet. So those two things, one of those is a missile upgrade, the other one is a health upgrade. We can't get those yet, and we're not going to be able to get those for who knows how long. But it's just a little teaser for what is to come, and it gives you reason to be like, hey, I'm at least going to play this game until I find out how to get to that thing. Super Mario 64 did this as well, with the keyhole to the second floor being present right away in the game. But you can't actually get through it until a lot later. And I don't know why I just bothered getting up here, because I can't destroy those blocks yet. There's a specific upgrade that I need. And oh, there he is. I knew that one of those grass things was going to be a turret, but I just couldn't prove it. But now I can, because it's dead. Whoa! I really need to start looking for those grass things right when I enter each room that I enter. We have another upgrade here that we can't get yet because we only have mines. And we're gonna need, I think it's the missile upgrade, the missile shooter. Okay, this, I finally learned. It has been, I have finally learned. It has been enough screens, but now I am with it. I'm up to date on what I need to know and what I need to do. We have 3 grass things on these 3 platforms here. I guarantee you, and I'll predict it's the middle one of them is going to be a turret. Let's see. Aha! See, I was right, but despite being right in that one instance, the rest of my life will barely be impacted by it. Now we have made it to the other side of the grasslands. I think I'm going to call it quits right here. Up here is more snow. My guy's going to complain again about how cold it is, and then going down leads to more caves. So that's it. That's all I've got for you today. That's the energy I have. I've used it all, and now I'm gonna go sleep or something.